Hello and welcome to another episode of Wade's Workshop. Today we're making a gift for my mother-in-law. So during the Christmas season, when I was building Christmas trees and snowmen and all those, my mother-in-law came down and helped paint everything. She wouldn't do any of the faces or any of the decoration, but she would do the solid colors for me, which was a huge help. And she is always helping around the house and things like that, things we need. So started looking for her for a gift and couldn't quite come up with something I really like, so I decided to make her something. So what we're going to make is a flower in a flower pot. And I've never made anything like this before, so you kind of be coming along with me while I figure it out. Last night I designed up a flower on the computer, and these are going to be the leaves. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the flower, I'm going to cut out some leaves, I'm going to put a stem through them, and I'm going to build a little flower pot, so it'll be just a decoration around the house. So I also went ahead and pre-cut everything out, so you don't have to watch me do that on camera. So I have everything cut out, and the woods I'm going to be using is I've got some scrap maple, I've got some scrap mahogany, and I found these dowels online. These are walnut dowels, so it's looks like a 5/16 walnut dowel rod. And then for the planter, I'm going to be using a cedar fence picket. So I've got that here. So I have not designed the planter yet for it. I'm going to kind of design that one as I go, but I'll make sure to put plans together for that, and I'll make these available for you as well. These actually turned out really well. I was pretty happy with them, so let's go ahead and get started. The first step is going to be to attach the templates to the wood using some spray adhesive. I'm using Gorilla Spray Adhesive Heavy Duty today. It works pretty good. I'll put a link in the description for you. Once these are attached, I'm going to head over to the bandsaw to cut these out. drill the hole through the leaves, I'm going to step my way up from 1/4 inch all the way up to 3/8, skipping a few on the way, but if you try to go straight for 3/8, you're not going to be happy with the result, so definitely want to step your way up. All right, well, I got the leaves on the stem. I think they turned out pretty good. Had a little bit of blowout there, so I'm going to sand it up, see if I can smooth them out just a little bit. And the flower is glued up and drying, so I'm waiting on that to dry. So I'm going to sand these up just a little bit, and then I'm going to start working on the planter. I didn't cut any bevels into the sides when I made them, so there's some high points where they meet. So I'm hitting with some 120 grit sandpaper to knock down the high spots and smooth it out a little bit. Pretty happy with how it turned out. I did decide to cut some bevels into this piece because if you don't, you'll have an edge you can see. In the end, you wouldn't see it because I ended up putting rock on the top, but if you don't put rock in there, you'd have a pretty good gap. So the angle I used was 9 degrees and it matched up very well with the sides. I did not think about squeeze out when I set this on the board to dry, and well, it's stuck. So I'm going to pry it up, and I'm pretty scared right here that I'm going to break off one of the petals, but Seems as though my glue up went well because they all stayed attached, and pretty happy with the results. Alright, well, we've reached a point where the build gets a little scary because the next part is going to be drilling a hole to mount the stem. And I could just mount it right through the bottom like that, but I kind of want to put it at a slight angle so that it sits at a slight angle when you look at it. And then curve the leaves in just a little bit, and I think that would look good, but that's when you screw things up, is trying to do complicated drills at a slight angle, and that's what I'm going to try to do, so let's hope I don't screw it up. So I'm pretty happy with it at the moment. Just like before, I'm going to start with 1/4 inch and work my way all the way up to 3/8. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start at 90 degrees with the 1/4 inch bit, and I'm going to slowly work my way over to the angle I want. Yeah, I like that a lot. Alright, let's clean up the glue, glue it all together, and then clear coat it. I am using a water-based spar urethane semi-gloss to coat this. And putting it on pretty liberally. Alright, well the finish is dry, so I'm going to put some gravel down into the top of the planter here, so kind of just finishes it off, makes it look like kind of like a real planter. So I picked up some glue. This is just some clear Gorilla Glue. I'll put a link in the description for you if you want to get some for your projects, but I figure clear glue will work good. I'm putting a decent amount in there. That way these rocks will go in and stay in and not fall out. Alright, I think that is probably way more than I need. So, and then this is just pea gravel. This project is complete, and I think it turned out better than I really thought it was going to. Not bad for just throwing some plans together. So it took me about 2.5 hours to build it from scratch, and it includes letting things dry to where you can work with it and stuff. So pretty happy with it. Hopefully my mother-in-law enjoys it. I'm gonna give it to her tomorrow after it has a night to cure. But if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and if you want to see more videos like it, hit the subscribe button. I try to put out content regularly, and I'd love to have you as a subscriber. I'm going to have a PDF in the description that you can click on to get PDF plans for this. They're free. You can build one if you'd like. I do ask if you build one to send me a picture. I'd love to see it. You can send it to me direct, or if you want to post it on one of my Instagram or Facebook pages, I'd love to see it as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.